Hey guys, Sky here. Today we got quite the little project here. We got a metal flake tank. It's Hard Candy, factory Harley paint job. I had requested that the customer remove the fuel injection pump so I can get inside here, at least get some of this taken out. What we're going to do, or attempt to do, is keep it contained right in this black. Now if you look real close, this isn't a true solid black. They have flake in there, the base coat flake, and then they added some black over it. So I'm going to try to duplicate that and keep it contained. I might get into this pinstripe. As you can see, there's only like a 16th inch right there. So, and this side, the customer wants this decal removed. Now sometimes from the factory, Harley will clear this, put the decal on, and re-clear it again. So there's a fighting chance that I might be able to take this decal off without getting into the black area. So let's hope so. I have a new razor blade here. So what we're going to do is, first things first, I do have some hammers here, pick hammers. I'm not going to use these. I just wanted to show you in a previous video I told you don't use a pick hammer to do regular hammering like on this, because you don't want to put indents in here. You want to keep this surface as smooth as possible. You want to use a regular hammer. That is if I use this. So what we're going to do, first things first, now there's a tube that runs down here. That's where the wire from the fuel gauge goes. So we have limited access to get this. I just want to get it out a little bit. It's a little bit flat right there. So I'm going to try this first. Stick my hand in here. Got it out a little bit. So we're going to try the folding. Like in a previous video, my most recent video, I use the table as a dolly. Now you want to make sure you hit the right area, because if you don't, and you hit this metal flake area, the blue, it's going to crack it, and then you're going to end up doing that. So I just want to get this out a little bit. Regular hammer for this. Just give it a good whack. Definitely got it out a little bit. Okay, what we want to do is preserve, or like I said, to attempt to preserve this. So normally I just use 1.5 inch regular masking tape, but here I'm going to use some duct tape. Sticks good. Keep this area contained. Okay, then what I'm going to do, take a mini grinder. I wouldn't suggest a 5 inch, just a little mini grinder. And carefully might as well take the rest of the label off when I'm at it. Try to even get the low sections here. Now this is not deep enough, plus we got it out enough. We aren't going to use Everglass or glass. We're going to go straight to Bondo. Okay, let me grab my DA. Okay, I'm going to use a piece of 80 grit, sticky back. Like in a previous video, I mentioned that we want to feather this area out. It does have some road gouges in here, that's fine. So what we're going to do, blow this off. I'm going to go ahead and skim coat it with Bondo and we'll check back. Okay, I think I'd like to show you a quick tip here. I got a little chip right here, so I want to get that out. All I'm going to do is just hand sand it. Get that feathered out as good as I can. Okay, now here's the tip for you. Is instead of building the Bondo up to this duct tape, and then eventually if I have to do this 2, maybe even 3 times, if I pull off this duct tape, I'm gonna have a nasty edge there. So what I do, I put a piece of tape right there. I'll go ahead and put one down here. I got a little bit of room down there. Fix up our Bondo. I use this quite a bit when I'm close to like a molding or glass, a gasket, like a glass, gasket. So this works great. So mix up your Bondo real good. As you can see, I'm stirring. Don't take it and flip it over like this. It fills up with air pockets. Stir it. You can even use a paint paddle. That works good. Just stir it and then use your Bondo spreader. Okay, we're going to smear this. The smoother you get this, the easier it is to sand. And try to build it up. A tank's round, obviously. This works on the top of fenders too. You want to kind of very lightly put it on. Now the edge right here by the tape, kind of smear that a little flatter. A little flatter down here. So probably one more spread right here. Okay, get that edge again. Get that one. Now what you want to do, immediately pull this off. I actually should have went a little farther down. What we can do is do that. Do this. Now this keeps it away from that duct tape. Up here, I mean, I have no room for air. So you got to keep that minimal up there. Whatever it takes. So as you can see, there's really nothing on the duct tape. So we're good to go. So I think what we'll do, while we got a chance, is turn this around while that's drying. And I'm going to see if I can get this decal out. You want to use a fresh razor blade. If you use an older one, you could be scoring the paint. You don't want to do that. So just a little. Okay, I've already went through, so they might not have. I'm going to try a different tactic here. Yeah, some decals I've actually taken off without damaging them. This one you really can't feel an edge, so it might even be a water transfer. Water transfers are like the old model decals where you put them in water, you slide them on. So I think what I'll do, grab a piece of 320. We're going to try to carefully sand this up. They definitely did not clear coat in between the decal. So what we'll do, as long as we don't damage this blue, We can dust some more black in there. Yeah, if this was clear coated underneath the decal and over the black and flake, it'd be money. Would be excellent. But no big deal. Okay, we got that off. So I think we're good. By the time we're gonna feather that out a little better with just wet sand. Again, I'll put tape around here. I'll feather that out a little better. And I may dust some blue flake on there since I got to do the other side anyway. I was hoping there was clear over that, but it doesn't look like it. So go back to this side. It'll cool out today. So we're going to let this harden a little more, and we'll be back in a little bit. Okay, we got this in primer. I didn't want to show you guys the boring thing. It's just sitting here priming it, letting it sit, prime again. So the tip I wanted to show you guys, you can see how I rolled the paper back. But being this close to the pinstripe, you're going to have buildup. Now you can use this pretty much on any area that you do. I've seen some guys have a little dent and they'll put paper around there and they butt the primer up against there. It just makes a nasty edge, and to be honest with you, that's hard to get out. So here's what I did. So you can see I used different tape. I wanted to finish this off on the pinstripe. So I just finished this about 3 minutes ago. So take a little lacquer thinner. Like I said, you can use this pretty much on, you know, anything, on cars, motorcycles. And I killed this edge a little bit because it was so close to this pinstripe that you do get a little edge. Also, when I made up this primer, it's 411. I actually over reduced it, and I concentrated on making sure that the center got more than the outer edge. You just got to, all the way through this process, you got to make sure you keep this edge thin. So if you don't, it's going to bite you in the butt. So I take the lacquer thinner and I wipe this back. Just a little bit. Now also, when I finish this off on the icing, I use some 320. So this type of bodywork, this small of space, you want to finish it. You don't want to finish with 80 and then prime it. Even though it is getting flake, I mean, you could get away with it, but get in the habit of a small spot like this, 80 grit, minimal, 180, and then 320. So kill this back. As you can see, I almost got a 1/16 of an inch of an edge there. So we are good to go with this dent. I think it came out very good. We're going to make this into a 2-part video. This will be part 1, showing you how to do the bodywork and the priming and some tips along the way. All we're going to do is let this sit probably till tomorrow. No more 80. We're done with the 80. We're going to start with 180. Again, what I'm going to do is put tape around here, preserve this stripe. 180, 320, pull the tape off, 600 hand sand or DA, and then we're going to 600 the rest of this tank. We're going to tape up the injection hole, fuel bung, bottom of the tank here. And part 2 of this video, I'm going to show you, I'm going to mask this off, show you some tips along the way. And then we're going to fill in this area with paint, flake, black, clear, just base clear most likely. And we're going to do the same on this side. I've decided we're just going to blend this in at the same time. So this side will be all 600 too. So be sure and subscribe. Thumbs up for this video. When you subscribe, you should get notified on when the part 2 will come out. And most likely that will be later on this week. I just took this tank in today, so you can see how fast I did it. It's good money, saves the customer some money too, because I did see one of these on eBay. It was $1,500. So saves them quite a bit. All they gotta do is add their own emblems and they're good to go. So anyway, part one, this is the conclusion of that. Part two coming soon. Subscribe. I appreciate you watching. And thumbs up.